Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Thursday. We got 8 matchups on this MLB slate today. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And if you guys like betting on MLB player props, you already know, go and sign up with Parlay Play. Get free entries when you guys sign up. So go ahead and hop in there and take advantage. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. And feeling a lot better today. Appreciate all you guys. Yesterday saying get well, super cool of you. Yeah, hopefully you guys had some nice wins yesterday. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Light slate today, which is nice. 8 matchups, starting with the New York Mets versus the Washington Nationals. Mets opening up as road favorites at -155. Washington +130 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Mets is Taijuan Walker with an ERA of 4.91. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Nationals is Joan Adon with an ERA of 6.99. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 6 strikeouts. Washington beat the Mets yesterday 8-3. Looked pretty good in that game. The Mets 9-4 on the road where they've been pretty solid. Washington 1-9 at home where they've struggled. I like the Mets coming off a loss yesterday. Don't really like Adon on the mound. He's been very not so good for the Nationals. I like the Mets on the road here. The better road team, and the Nationals are just horrible at home. Rolling with the Mets on the road. And my voice isn't all that great, so bear with me for at least a day or two. But I'll try to be as clear as I can here. Next matchup, we have the Houston Astros versus the Minnesota Twins. Houston opening up as road favorites at -135. Minnesota +115 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Astros is Luis Garcia with an ERA of 3.45. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 9 strikeouts. Pitching for the Twins is Josh Winder with an ERA of 1.61. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 8 strikeouts. Houston currently on an 8-game winning streak. Beat Minnesota 5-0 yesterday, or 2 days ago. They've got 2 shutouts in their last 2 games. Minnesota 7-3 in their last 10. They've been playing very well here, but Houston, just playing phenomenal baseball here. And loving Houston on the road here. 16-5 as the favorite so far, getting it done. Winder's been good on the mound for the Twins. So, Twins do have some upside here. I just love a nice 8-game winning streak. Houston playing great baseball. You already know I'm riding that Houston streak. Rolling with the Astros on the road. Next matchup, we have the Oakland Athletics versus the Detroit Tigers. Detroit opening up as home favorites at -115. Oakland -105 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for Oakland is James Kaprielian with an ERA of 5.87. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Tigers is Bo Brisky with an ERA of 4.20. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Oakland, currently on a 2-game winning streak. They've already beaten Detroit 3 out of their last 4 games in this little series they have. Detroit coming off a 9-0 loss against Oakland. Oakland 17-3 against Detroit. 16-1 on the road against Detroit, where they've been just dominant against the Tigers. Yeah, I like Oakland +1.5 on the road. They've been dominant in this series. Not much of a pitching advantage. Not in love with both pitchers. Probably be a bullpen kind of day. I'm going to roll with Oakland +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Baltimore Orioles versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals opening up as home favorites at minus 194. Baltimore plus 130 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jordan Hicks with an ERA of 3.78. Can't find who's pitching for the Orioles. It is undecided, so be sure to check that whenever it does come out. Cardinals did beat Baltimore yesterday 10-1. Had a very, very nice hitting day in yesterday's matchup. Both teams kind of struggling here. Baltimore, they are 3-1 in their last 4. They aren't playing horrible. Baltimore 1-5 on the road, where they just haven't been that great. And we'll see who ends up pitching for Baltimore, but I'm liking Cardinals at home. I think should have some momentum coming off that 10-1 victory yesterday where they dominated. And, Jordan Hicks been pretty decent on the mound, nothing crazy. I'm going to roll with the Cardinals at home. Next matchup, we have the Cincinnati Reds versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates opening up as home favorites at minus 140. The Reds plus 120 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Reds is Connor Overton with an ERA of 2.53. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Pirates is JT Brubaker with an ERA of 5.68. His last start was against Cincinnati. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 9 strikeouts. Cincinnati 4-6 in their last 10. 2 of those wins were against Pittsburgh. Pitt 5-5 in their last 10. Cincinnati 0-10 on the road where they've struggled. Pitt 3-6 at home. Honestly, the worst matchup on the slate. Don't really see any benefit from betting on this. I'm going to take a shot with the Reds plus 1.5 on the road. Some of their only wins have been against Pittsburgh. Brubaker hasn't been that good on the mound. Connor Overton surprisingly has been pretty good for the Reds, despite how bad they've been. I'm going to roll with the Reds plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Kansas City Royals versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at minus 128. Kansas City plus 118 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Royals is Jonathan Heasley, getting his first start of the season. Pitching for the Rangers is Taylor Hearn with an ERA of 6.53. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Kansas City coming off an 8-2 win against Texas yesterday. They're 3-7 in their last 10 where they've struggled. Texas, coming off that 8-2 loss yesterday. They're 6-4 in their last 10. Kansas City 1-7 on the road against Texas. 4-10 on the road, just not a very good road team. Texas 7-1 at home against Kansas City. Not in love with Taylor Hearn on the mound, but I just don't trust Jonathan Heasley making his debut for the Royals. We'll see if they do change his pitching status, but it looks like he is going to get the start, barring any kind of pitching changes. I'm going to take the Rangers at home. Not in love with this matchup, but I just don't trust a new pitcher on the mound for the Royals. I'm going to take a chance with the Rangers at home. Next matchup, we have the New York Yankees versus the Chicago White Sox. The White Sox opening up as home favorites at minus 145. The Yankees plus 125 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Yankees is Louis Gill with an ERA of 0. Making his first start of the season. Pitching for the White Sox is Dylan Cease with an ERA of 2.38. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Yankees 8-2 in their last 10, on a 3-game winning streak. White Sox 8-2 in their last 10. Both teams playing very well here. Yankees 15-2 in their last 17 games, 7-1 against the White Sox, where they've been pretty dominant. Louis Gill making his first start of the season. Last season, just based off his last 3 games in September, Gave up 2, 5, and 3 runs, so really wasn't amazing. Dylan Cease been really good on the mound. He's only given up 3 runs in his last 3 starts so far. White Sox playing well. I want to take the White Sox at home. I do like Dylan Cease on the mound. Not in love with Lewis Gill making his debut for the season. I'm going to roll with the White Sox at home. And then the last matchup, we have the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -150. Philly +130 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA of 4.10. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Dodgers is Tyler Anderson with an ERA of 2.78. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 7 strikeouts. The Phillies 4-6 in their last 10. They've kind of been struggling. LA 7-3 in their last 10, coming off a couple bad pit losses. Phillies 6-14 on the road, where they just have not been good. The Dodgers 11-2 at home, where they play very good. Tyler Anderson's been pretty good on the mound for the Dodgers. Zach Wheeler coming off two good starts on the mound, not giving up a run in his last 2 games. Pitching 7 and 6 innings. So he's had 2 good outings here. Going to be tough on the road where they've struggled. I'm going to roll with the Dodgers at home. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Thursday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Friday. Have a good one.